today on the Now video with special guest Haskel Jackson.
Yes, I am here, sir.
A powerful man, a man of purpose, a man of vision, a man of destiny. We're going to just chop it up for you for the next 30 minutes. We're going to just shoot the breeze. We're going to have some fun today.
Yeah.
And just talk about the industry, you know, some things that's on your heart today. Okay? Welcome back.
Thank you, man. I'm excited to come back. Last week was a blast. And I guess we're just going to continue on with conversations I feel like that need to be had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that, you know, people need to hear someone as yourself. And we'll go deeper into that, you know, communicate, because now is your time.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has an appointed time. Right. I believe it's your time.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
every platform that you're going to be on, it's going to be powerful.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
It's going to be powerful.
Yeah.
So let's start with a question. I want to start a question. I want to talk a little bit about your core values.
Okay.
You know, when I say core values, how would you describe your core values?
My core values, basically, everything I do starts with God. And not to be so spiritual where I'm no earthly good, where I'm not a human being with feelings and with mistakes and downfalls, but everything I do, I try to gauge it with integrity, with my morals. And I have a family, I have a daughter, I have a wife. So I want to be able to please, you know, God first, please my family, and myself, you know. And so I gauge everything I do in my interactions, my decisions, where I go, where I don't go, who I partner with, who I don't partner with.
So what helped shape your core values? All kind of stuff, I'm sure.
You know, mistakes.
Yes.
You know, bad decisions, man. Mistakes and just operating, because being in the music industry, you find yourself at different roads in your life. You could be in a room full of millionaires, but who's to say you're supposed to be working with these millionaires? And when I was younger, I felt like because I was in the same room with celebrities, that I should be working with almost every one of those celebrities. Until I found out real quick, you know, that's probably not a good idea. Because I feel like when you have a purpose and a plan for your life, there are destined people that you need to be working with, and you need to be either doing strong business with them or just meeting them, hello, hi, goodbye.
Exactly.
You know, it probably won't go much deeper than that. You know, so from mistakes, man, being in the music industry for over 27 years, I've learned a lot.
You learned a lot. So, mistakes help shape your core values.
Yeah.
Was it always easy?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a breeze.
Life is a breeze, huh? Life is so easy.
It was so easy.
Yeah,
I made
right.
No mistakes, all the right decisions. And it was difficult, man, because, you know, back then I didn't have a lot of resources from people that were willing to just kind of lend a hand.
So you see people as resources?
Sometimes you have to.
Define that.
So, you know, first off, everybody has something I feel like they can offer. And older men should be able to be a resource to a younger man.
Exactly.
So for me, coming up into this music business, I knew that I needed an older resource to get my feet on the ground so I can get some opportunities. So I wasn't looking at them just as like dollar signs, but honestly, I'm like, I can learn from you, I can glean from you, I can, you know, some of the things you've gone through, maybe you can show me how not to go through this.
What's that word? Mentorship.
Mentorship.
I like you use that. You use
Absolutely.
that in your core values.
Yes.
You know, this is the Video Now show, and Haskel, you brought some videos.
Yes.
Okay. Can you set up this video that we're going to watch?
Absolutely. So the video we're going to watch now, I'm working on a show called The Scorekeeper. Me as a scorekeeper, I keep the score. So if you look at it from several different vantage points, the score is a sheet of music, right?
Yes.
And also you keeping a score where you're taking a tally of whatever industry you're in. As far as me, music education, I'm keeping a tally of why are these kids not getting what they need? And why are these resources and monies and opportunities being taken out of the schools? So for me being the scorekeeper, I'll come in, keep a tally, what's going on, try to get these resources back in school.
Haskel Jackson, everybody. Let's watch the video.
All right. I absolutely love working with kids. Thanks to the late Donda West and Kanye for hiring me to run their foundation for over 6 years. I did it, but when I started out doing it, I really didn't know what it was going to turn out to be. But after doing it after some years, I realized that, these kids are our future. I have to invest. I gotta give back. I have to create a space in my life and in my music, in my business, to be able to give back to kids. It's time out for talking, and it's time to handle this problem that we're dealing with. The bottom line is this: kids need an outlet. They need the right environment to be free in their own, very own creativity. Everybody knows that there's a problem in the school district. We all know what the problem is, but what is the solution? This is my way to create a solution for this issue that I feel can really reach a kid. I honestly believe that if you can get a kid's attention long enough and really keep his attention, you can teach him just about anything and make them believe that what you say is truth. And then you'll be able to really build a good relationship with them. I do it every day. I see kids' lives changing from one day to the next. I see their grades going up. I see their attendance getting better. I see them being better citizens in society. I see their morale going up when they were insecure at one point, and then they've gotten better. They become better human beings. Why? Because they are doing something in an environment that is conducive to them being their best selves. And so that's what this is all about. So I figured it's time for me and my team to create that environment for all of these kids and our schools.
No cursing. No cursing. No cursing.
Okay, now you got to explain
Yes.
that segment where the kids were it seemed like they were battling.
They were battle rapping.
Okay,
man.
okay.
So basically, it's all about setting up the right environment, for kids to express themselves in a safe environment, in a safe place where they can talk about some of the things that they've gone through rapping. They don't have to talk about drugs, alcohol, just kind of being out there in the world. They can talk about things that they're dealing with as teenagers amongst each other, but it don't have to always be ratchet or bad. So in the video, if you heard me say no cursing, that's one of my things. It's like, can you rap without cursing? And a lot of people feel like they can't rap without cursing. I believe you can. I believe there are artists out there that have done it. They've been successful at it, and they can make it happen. So one of my strongest things is that tap into a different side of your brain, push your vocabulary more than what you feel like you have to.
Why do you challenge specifically?
Yeah.
Why do you challenge young people that way?
Because I feel like the example that they have in front of them is showing them one thing as far as hip hop. Let's just say hip hop.
Okay.
A lot of times in the hip hop, the mainstream hip hop, they see one image, they hear one message, and they just hear the same thing over and over and over. So they feel like, oh, well, in order for me to get into that lane, I got to do the same thing. And they don't realize like what God has for you is for you. You may have to struggle a little longer, but if you do your thing and you're honest with it, man, the sky's the limit. Like, you don't have to do everything everybody else does.
Let's go back to this real quick.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the core values.
Yes.
When I say family, what do you think?
Oh man, family. It's me personally, or just as a full definition.
I'm talking
of
to
family.
Haskel Jackson.
Okay, family for me, obviously God first. My wife,
Okay.
my daughter, my brothers. I have a ton of cousins. And I also believe you can become family with people that you're not biologically connected
Wait, so what you saying at the
Yes.
barbecue?
Yes.
Cary Simms can show up.
You can show up.
That's what I'm talking
You know what I'm
about,
saying?
y'all.
Absolutely.
He said I can show up at the barbecue.
You welcome to come.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
And you can take a plate.
No. I got Tupperware.
You can take whatever you bring, you got it. It's all yours, bro.
Okay.
For sure. Family, man. I mean, when you make a connection with someone and you build on that connection, that's family. It can become family.
And so what that does also, what I noticed about you, one, I think you're extremely humble.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I mean? The family values roll over into everything else you do. Because so you're working with children.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your vision when it comes to the programs. Let's tell the people about your program.
So the program is called PI Stations. So PI Stations is an acronym for production, artistry, and industry. So that's basically clears the span of becoming an artist in the music industry. So production, they learn how to produce music, how to run their own studios, how to become a musician, how to write, how to collaborate, how to do everything within becoming a producer, and how to actually run a recording session. Because some beat makers feel like they're producers.
Exactly.
No, you're a beat maker. You're not a producer. A producer brings things to life. It knows the people to call, get the finances there, making sure deadlines are met, making sure the product is professional enough to release.
Exactly.
So that's a producer.
Yeah, there's more dynamic. You got to be multi-dimensional.
Absolutely.
And that's a lot of learning.
Yeah, so, they learn all of those things opposed to just getting a little laptop, putting a music program on there and thinking they're a producer. No, you're not a producer. You're a beat maker that will soon become a producer, but you got to put on different hats. And I had to learn that early on. And so that's the production side. The artistry. What is artist decorum? When you come into a studio, you gotta be prepared. You don't get on the microphone with your phone with lyrics. That's a pet peeve of mine. If you come to this, unless you just wrote it. If you just wrote it, okay, pull out your phone, read the lyrics, sing the song or whatever. But I feel like you could be a dynamic artist if you're prepared in your heart, mind, and in your spirit. So when you get on that microphone, you pushing forth truth. People can feel it, they can hear it, and it makes it easier on the engineer and the person that edits
I always
afterwards.
say the heart speaks to the heart.
Yes.
And if it's not just in your head, but it's you.
Absolutely.
And you convey that. I know it's a learning process.
Yes. Yes.
What else? I know there's more about it.
So they learn that all in artistry, how to present yourself when you're live. Like say if you're up performing and you're live and your mic cuts off. What do? Do you panic?
They have a temper tantrum.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You throw the mic down. I can't stand this. No, you keep going. Because the audience is going to rock with you because they know what you're dealing with.
Exactly.
So, that's one of the things they learn. How to put an actual album together, what your sound is, what is going to portray to your genre. How do you create music for the genre that's going to be listening to you? All of those things. So that's the artistry side, and then the industry side. That's the business. That's the lawyers, the managers, publishing. How do you get paid? How much do I get paid when I go perform? All of those. What is a writer?
So what do you do with people who say, "I just want to be an artist"? Young people, I don't want to know all that.
Yeah.
Is that a wise decision? Well, how do you approach that?
People want to be artists. They just want to kind of chill in the artist lane. They don't want to produce. They have other people that they want to work with. They want to work with producers. They want to work with managers. They're not trying to do those things. But I do believe that you need to have an idea of what those different areas are so you not get cheated out of what you're trying to do. So you got to know just a little bit about everything to be the best artist that you can be. So you got the production, artistry, and industry. All of those make up PI Station. So when I bring that into a school, I have lesson plans that will take on a whole 16 weeks. of school, and then at the end they have quizzes throughout, and then they have a major performance at the very end of the school year. And once they perform, bam, they're back. They're out of that grade into the next, and then the next group comes in.
Now, I know children today can be pretty difficult because of the various deficits that, one, our kids are suffering today.
Yes.
And there's a lot of hurt and pain. Hurting people hurt. So there's a lot of young people that are hurting. Now, I want the focus to go on you to really speak to the need that the deficit, like in school. When I grew up, we had music, we had all these things, we had arts, we had home ec, we had all that stuff. Nowadays, some of that stuff is gone.
It's gone, man. I went to one school, I got called out by a principal. She asked me to come do some workshops at a school, man. She took me into one of the classes, and literally, oh, you want the video? Yeah. You could, it's right, it should be right behind that. Yeah, that one.
Okay, go ahead.
So she took me into the school, and she opened up this huge cupboard where there was instruments all in there. All had spider webs on them. Drums, horns, everything. Like they had air instruments, wind instruments. And I'm like, why is this closet filled with these instruments and nobody's using them? And she said they took the funding. So they didn't have any funding for the instructors to come in and actually teach the class. It hurt my heart. That's where the scorekeeper came from. The scorekeeper is basically me going in, revitalizing these schools that have been damaged by the system because they don't see the aftermath. A lot of politicians and people that were behind taking the arts out of the schools, they don't see the aftermath of what really happened. So for me seeing that, I'm like, you know what? I feel a need. I got to go into these schools that were hit the hardest and go and try to help them revitalize these instruments and bring this magic back.
So do you have a network of people that you work with? How do you achieve that goal? How do you achieve that?
So over time, I've been able to build really good relationships, from attorneys to managers to high-end producers. I'm born and raised in LA, and I went to LA school, so I know a lot of people that have been in the industry for years. So I know when I need something done, I can make a call, and more than likely I can get something done. So I don't, I'm not an island. I'm not on this island by myself. It's a village of people that I even need more of.
Exactly.
To show that this is not just my issue. This is everybody's issue.
Exactly.
So
what we're gonna do, I want to do something. I want to watch another video.
Okay.
And then when we get out the video, I want you to talk about accepting people for who they are.
Yeah.
Is that part of your process? The Now video show.
and I ain't heard nothing. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., you've been up to something. 6 a.m. in the morning, you're not here, you're not here, you're not here. And I can't even sleep. Maybe they were right when they said your type comes and goes. Maybe I shouldn't have given you my heart, my soul. I'm sitting here wondering, where did my boy go? Baby, I can't see. like your perfume. Left your stuff and your scent, it's in every room. So I guess she's a friend, wasn't true. I assume, and I can't even sleep. Maybe they were right when they said your type comes and goes. Maybe I shouldn't have given you my heart, my soul. Now I'm sitting there wondering, where did my boy go? Baby, I can't speak. Call, but you don't come to me. I can't find. You drive me crazy. I'm sick of playing. We were supposed to make it to the top together. Through stormy weather, forever you said. But now I'm here, all alone, on my own. What did I do? I let it go. Baby, I can't sleep. Call, but you don't come to me. Baby, I can't sleep. But you don't come to me. Like I'm playing Marco. Baby, I can't sleep. Call, but you don't come to me. I can't find my baby. I wish you drive me crazy. I'm sick of playing.
Wow. How long you been working with this particular artist?
For about six or more years, if not longer. We've been working for a while now, developing her. Her name is Hanani Taylor.
Hanani.
She's from Ohio, but she's been here for some time now, just launching her music career and her acting career.
Now I want to talk about your dream.
Yeah.
Things manifesting, things coming to fruition. Was this part of your dream? What you're doing today?
Yeah, man, I didn't know how it was gonna come across. I didn't know how it was gonna be developed, but yeah, I had ideas that I wanted to do. TV, music production, live shows, all of those things. It's always been a desire of mine. So
I remember you telling me you started late in the game.
I did. I started in college, man.
That's late.
That's very late. Yeah, very late. I didn't know that passion was there until I, tried it, and then it just took over me.
Now I want to ask you a quick question. Now, kids, since your program is working with, I'm gonna say at-risk kids.
Okay.
Because if
There you go.
I'm not saying a deficit is if they come from a special needs. Maybe some do.
Right.
And I know you don't discriminate.
Right.
Because you're the family man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the family
There you
man.
go.
Because
Yes.
you invited Mr. Special Needs to
To the barbecue.
To the barbecue.
There you go.
I'm coming. I'm coming with my
There you
Tupperware
go.
because I'm
Come
leaving
with it.
with some food.
There you go.
Your approach. I want to hear you just convey real quick. What's your approach? Do you accept people for who they are, or do you reject them? How do you navigate the troublesomes and the pliables? You
Yeah,
know, how do you
yeah.
navigate that from the administrators to the kids? That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I think, well, first off, I reject them. Don't come by me.
The first thought.
No, man, I receive them in. I accept them in. A lot of times they just need love and some type of attention, good attention. And I think over, like, if you're in a school, you only have so many weeks to really reach a kid. So I think if you can finally get their attention, you can pretty much tell them anything and they'll believe you. I use that method. I bring them in. I know that I can be trusted. I know that I have a family. I know I'm an open book. So when they come in and I'm working with them one-on-one and dealing with them on their heart issues that they're dealing with in life, then they allow me to kind of speak into their life.
Were you a knucklehead?
I had my moments. I was a knucklehead with a happy face.
Now let me ask you a quick question. I'm gonna throw a word at you, and give me what comes to mind.
Okay.
Fear.
God does not give us the spirit of fear.
Courage.
You have to have that to become and do whatever you want to become.
Falling down versus falling forward.
Falling down, we all fall down. But it's always good to fall forward. Because you realize when you fail, you're going to get back up. And you're going to keep going. So falling down is a part of life. Falling forward, something you got to learn.
Wow. That's powerful right there.
That kind of hit me too.
That's powerful right there. That's powerful right there. That's something you have to learn.
Yes.
You have to learn how to fall forward.
Yes.
Because most of us quit.
Yes. Absolutely.
So those are principles.
Become a victim.
Exactly.
You know, you even use that as a victim thing. Like, I fail, I'm always falling, and you never, learn how to fall forward.
One word.
Yep.
One word. Give me a word that if you had the opportunity with all your skill set to put out into the universe, to put out into the viewer's eyes and minds, what would that one word be?
Do whatever you're doing with passion, full out passion. No half stepping. If you're gonna do it. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
You the man.
There you go.